Hey Rachel, how you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
Doing okay, I got your message and you said you wanted to talk. What's going on?
Yeah, Cliff has been had leukemia for 2 years now, as you know.
Yeah. I knew that I've known that he has leukemia, but can you tell me a little bit more about the background of it?
Well, in August, when we were first going to school and stuff, Cliff lymph nodes were abnormally large. His neck was really big, and my parents were obviously concerned. So we went to the doctor, and they're like, "Oh, it just has mono. Like, oh, he might just have like a sinus infection, something like that, to make his lymph nodes like get big like that." And my mom was like, "Okay, let's well then we'll hopefully make him feel better, and then we'll go from there." But he never got better, so my mom was like, "All right, well, I think we need to take him to MUSC." So they took him to MUSC and took his blood count, and his white blood cells were just totally out of proportion.
Out of proportion to like the regular amount.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, his white blood cell count was just way sky high, way more than it ever should be. So that's when I knew he had leukemia.
Well, what did your family initially think when that happened? Like, what was the shock of all of that?
I mean, my parents obviously were just, I mean, we were all just devastated, but my parents actually being there, me and my sister were back home just kind of going to school and doing the normal kind of thing.
Not even thinking anything
right,
of it.
Exactly. And so my mom and my dad were there, and my dad called me and was like, "Rachel, like, we're going to be here a little longer. Like, can you take care of Millie?" I was like, "Yeah, of course. Like, what's going on?" And he's like, "I'll just tell you when you get home." I was like, "No, like, I want to know what's going on." And he was like, "Oh, well, Cliff has something called leukemia. It's the cancer of the blood." And at the time, I didn't even know what cancer was. I thought it just made you bald, and that was that. So, I mean, we've been kind of just pushing through since then, and it's been really hard.
Yeah. I mean, 2 years out, how are you feeling, like, as a family? Like, how's Cliff doing?
Well, Cliff's doing great. I mean, of course, we have our ups and downs with all the different medications and stuff. Each medication has their own symptoms. Like, sometimes Cliff can just be totally himself, and other times, like, he doesn't want to eat, doesn't want to take his medicine, he's just so mean and stuff like that. So, um, we've had a hard time, but with support of my family and like my outside family, and then the community has just been unbelievable with my dad and me being at Wando and stuff like that. It's been actually pretty a lot easier than I thought it was going to be.
So let me get this straight. So Cliff got diagnosed 2 years ago, so I mean, he was younger then and he's older now.
Mm-hmm.
So you feel like with the support of everyone, he's completely just has a great optimistic outlook. Is this correct?
Yes.
Okay. And do you feel like your family's closer?
Oh yes, definitely. Because of course, with all the emotional things happening and stuff, you always just want to be there for each other, because no one really knows what it's like until it actually happens to you. And since we're all like direct and like directly related and stuff like that, it's I feel like we have become closer, and because we just need to know what needs to happen in order for Cliff to get better.
Well, it seems like even though this is a terribly devastating moment of your all's lives, it seems like it's really made you all closer, and I'm sure made Cliff a much stronger person when it comes to anything, because, I mean, once you beat cancer, you can do anything.
Right,
you know?
exactly.
But I mean, I definitely think that you're handling it better than I ever could, and I think you all have a really good future ahead of you.
Thank you so much. It was so good talking to you.
Me too.